L'chaim, l'chaim. I'm not sure exactly how I fell in over here. I don't think I belong between the Rabbanim, Mashpi, my doctors, but Ashgacha Pratis, today is my father's 28 years old. So I said, I'm gesagt, tut alles was can. So maybe each one has to do a little bit more. So first of all, I want to say a l'chaim, like we heard in the Sikha, the Zolnimshav from the Makifim, in the Pnimim, and then the Bracha should have a chalois. Like the Rebbe always said by Afabenga v'yirotzein, sheyifalu bi u'ba'ashoimim, u'ba'chsidim b'Afabenga always said that if you can be nifal bi, how could it be nifal ba'ashoimim? L'chaim, l'chaim. So first of all, I want to say I'm a tremendous me and thousands of more Eden Apashad and inspired by Rebbe Yitzi. We just heard him, Yitzi Horowitz, friend, a shliach, and it reminded me what he said yesterday in the davening by Nishmas Kol Chai. We say every Shabbos we say it. Al kein eivorim shepilakto banu v'ruach neshama shenafachto b'apeinu v'loshen hein the way we serve and we thank the Eibishter and praise the Eibishter is eivorim shepilakto banu kol peh zelacha yeda v'choloshen l'chasishava v'chol ayin l'chasitzape. Yitzi is mekayim the tut alts was kennt in a way for kol atzmoisai toimarno kipshutoi, and he does it in a way that it's a dvorim hayotzim me'alev, as in ichnosim lelev u'poyalim pulasam. So I would like to talk about the two inyanim. Hopefully, I will have the time within the time frame. First of all, a little bit of the inyan tut alts basir kent. A little bit of a meaning, Lefiani is daiti, what it means, and then how we could translate it, to Kipshute in Maisa Bepeyel. Yud Shvat, Tovshin Yud Aleph. The Rebbe said that there's two types of shluchim. He was talking shluchim of the Friedrich Rebbe, but of course shluchim of the Rebbe. There are those people that the Rebbe sent the shlichus begashmis. He gave them, if it's business, where to live and what to do. But the Rebbe says that it's the chadovo baru that in the shlich gashmis the shlichus, the kavanah is a kavanah pnimis of a pnimis the shlichus of fatzas amayonas of bilu chelkei v'chulu. The Rebbe said, and then there's those shluchim that the Rebbe geschikt not only begashmis but also beruchnius. To be a melamed, to be a rob, to be a sheikhet, to be a mechanech, and so forth. And the Rebbe said that just like those shluchim begashmis, they have a kavanah pnimis that they have to reach. And the same thing, those shluchim that they send them for a specific purpose. In their purpose, there's also a deeper kavanah pnimis, and in that deeper kavanah pnimis, when you reach it, there's moicha, gap, moicha, deeper and deeper. There's always a kavanah pnimis, and the Indian is a fatzes, the nekuda of Mashiach, a fatzes amayonas chutza emusay kosumar. So I'd like to represent a little bit those shluchim begashmis that they didn't have the opportunity, they didn't have the schos or whatever. Ashgacha Pratis took them that they should be wherever they are, and they could do everything what they could do. So there's a sefer, a small Chassidus kunpus, it's called Ramach Oisius. Chassidus Wörter. There's a lot of from Goinim over there. There's a lot of beautiful Wörter. Though he says over there such a word. He says that there's three things that the results are. If you do it, the results are going to happen for sure. So Dovo, Boru, Vadai, that the results are going to come. What are the three things? The first thing is mashke. If you take mashke, then it's a double Boru that at the end you must get shikah. You see this guy had one cup, a second cup, a third cup. You didn't take enough. Take a little bit more. you'll get shikha. The second thing he says is money. Money, he says, macht mishuga. Geld macht a mensch mishuga. You see people that have a lot of money, too much money. Ze wollen mishuga. They think the world belongs to them, they're entitled, whatever. So you see this and this Gviri has so much money and Mishmashuga Gaval, and Simon doesn't have enough. Give him a little bit more. The third thing, which is the Nekuda, he brings down his Chassidus. The Chassidus poel a shinue hamahus. It changes a person when you learn Chassidus, you live with Chassidus. You see this guy and this guy, you learn Chassidus, it didn't change him. Simon, he didn't learn enough. To learn Chassidus, he's going to learn more. You will see at the end, he will change it. The Rebbe told us, tut alles was can to bring Mashiach. So it's a double boru that if we do everything, Mashiach will come. And the fact is that Mashiach is not here. We did so many mifzoim and so many karkaftes, and we did every mifzah possible. There is a siman, amidafton, that we have to do a little bit more. We have to do not just the mayo, we have to do mayo ba'achas. We have to do it in a way like Rebbe Yitzchak kolatz moisai temano, and then is a double boru that Mashiach will come. So I would like first to talk a little bit about the tut als, the sicha of the Rebbe, and then a little bit about the ma'aser b'poel. So tut als, we all remember the sicha. Those who were there. Those who weren't there, they heard the sicha. There's no chassid today that didn't hear the sicha. And everyone was shooken up. You were able to, in some empty, suddenly you hit the gas. Everyone was trying to, the people stopped breathing. They heard such words of the Rebbe, and Ada Yoim Azeh, mifabrengt, mishreibt, mifalpel, mishpalta. What did the Rebbe mean? Tut alles was kennt, and the Rebbe said that such sharp of a shame is pshat chaz v'shalom. The Rebbe gave up. He tried everything and he couldn't do it. Is it a new avodah? It's an alta avodah? And what could we do, little mentionlech, that the Rebbe couldn't do? Anything we could do that the Rebbe couldn't do. So this is what puzzles Chassidim constantly. So I would like to go back to just Fiani is like to bring a little bit clarity of in this Inyan. I think that there's Medafnish Palten Kinho. It's not that complicated. I think the Rebbe meant Kepshutai what he said. The Poshet Pshat, the Rebbe always said by the Rashi is Amal the Poshet Pshat, you want to go in Perushim, you lose your Poshet. The Poshet Pshat, Yud Shvat, Tavshin Yud Aleph, the Sicha, the Verbringen of Yud Shvat is so unbelievable that I don't think there was ever, maybe besides Moshe Rabbeinu, a leader in Klal Yisrael, that the day of his Kabbalas Hanesias, he outlined the missions so clearly, so focused, and instructions how to do it. It shouldn't be B'chlal Asofek Hashayla Bosad Gemeint. The clarity that the Rebbe delivered, his mission statement is unmatchable, unmatchable. And for 40 years, the Rebbe held our hand in order to bring us to the poel mamash. Also, the Rebbe gives up. We're not going to go in the ganze the Maimorim and the Sichas, but the Nekuda is very simple. The purpose, the mission is to bring down the Shchina Dola Mata. What means bring down the Shchina Dola Mata? Is of them also you covered all the Maimorim and the Sichas and then the Verbringens. And Rebbe Yoel helped us to understand a little bit better that our Nefesh Abahami should be able to understand what means Dira B'Tachtenim, Iko Shchina, to bring down the Dira B'Tachtenim. That the whole Kavanah, the Tachlis HaKavanah of the Brias HaElam and the Matan Torah is that the Tachten, the world itself, should recognize Yakiru V'Yedu Elikus. This is the purpose. Not that the world over here should be influenced from from the likus that's in Rikia Ha'alev, Rikia Hazayin. No, the kavana is that the matter itself should become a keli, should recognize a likus. And this is what Dirbe Tachtoinin is, and this is when Mashiach will come. Today's Rosh Chodesh, not gesagt in Davden, you look in the Hallel, we say the end of a Hallel, we say, Yahalelucha kol masecha. So you see that there's a parenthesis that we don't say Yahalelucha al kol masecha. Asagrayim. What is the chiluk? The chiluk is before the avodah of Deir Shvi and the avodah of Deir Shvi. Till the Deir Shvi was the avodah of Yahalelucha al kol masecha. The Yidden, they praise the Eibishter, the Shvachim, and everything that you created in this world. But after you do a Dirbe Tachtoinin, Welt allein, Welt akele tzelekus, the Welt recognizes the Eibishter, then is Yahalelucha kol masecha. Every creation screams that ein ein milvade. This was the purpose. The Mele. So it's very simple that the Kavanah was that the Tachtain, the world itself should make itself a Keilah Elikus. So what do you think, that the Rebbe couldn't bring Mashiach? The Alter Rebbe couldn't bring Mashiach. The Baal Shem Tov couldn't bring Mashiach. They all were able to bring Mashiach Keheref Ayin. But if they would bring Mashiach, then it wouldn't be the Rebbe Tachtainim. Then it would be that the Rebbe brought Mashiach, but the world itself did not transform itself as a Tachten. Therefore, the Rebbe, if you may listen, the Rebbe and Yushvat, what did the Rebbe say? The Rebbe said, this is the mission. Who are the people that are going to execute the mission? Are going to be the Siddim, the Anshe Atzova, Tzivus Hashem, Liyav, and the Maimah, which is, the Rebbe gave us a responsibility. You can't sit back and enjoy everything. You are the lamplighters. You are the ones that have to execute the mission. So the Rebbe said, who is the one that's going to be the Memutza HaMachaber, that's going to show you how to do it? The Rebbe said that he will do it. And the Rebbe, for 40 years, there was no leader in the world that gave himself over to Kahal Adas Yisrael, not just Tachadach Siddim, with Maimorim, with Siches, with Farbrengens, with Yechides, with Lekach, with dollars, with answers, with the Miftsoim. There's no place in the world, the Oilam Shona Nefesh, that the Rebbe did not reach. Every place in the world, the Rebbe did it unbelievable. But that extra push, the Meyo Va'achas, this we have to do, because if the Rebbe brings Mashiach, the ganze Kavanah from Dirbe Tachtonim is not going to be fulfilled. The Daf Noleim Nachamal. So this is Lefia Nis Daiti. That's what the Rebbe did. And the Rebbe came and said, the Rebbe said he fulfilled his mission, his contract that he signed with us. Yud Shvat Tavshin Yud Aleph. He fulfilled it 101%. The Rebbe Kol Yemei Chayecha, every second. But now we have to do it. It's up to us. We have no choice. And it's Adover Vadai that we're going to do it, and we're going to be Matzliach. Just a story of the Friedrich, the people that verbringen Kol Yemei Chayecha Lahov L'Meisa Mashiach. So there's the first shot. Kol Yemei Chayecha is Lahavi Haleiles, and not only during the day, but also at night you see a Mitzrayim, which the Pashtus, it means not only when the sun shines, when everything is good. This is when you say, thank you, Hashem, we're best friends. But even Baleiles, when it's dark and things are not so good and there's challenges, also then Lahavi Haleiles, which means when the Rebbe says, Tut alz was you can't, even at night, it's not a day job. That's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, it's over. And tomorrow, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, you start again. 24/7 is Lahav Yemei Mashiach. I remember hearing a story that one time Reb Shlomo Kunin called up his friend Reb Itchek Groner in Australia. And we know Reb Shlomo, sein gesund und stark. He's not totally mugbal in the Hagbolas as a man. So he happened to call, maybe he didn't know. So he went punkt in midnight. It was 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And Rebbe is sleeping, and he calls and he says, hello, who is this? Shlomo. So, what's the matter? Do you know what time it is? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's 4 o'clock in midnight. It's schlaf. It's a brand of fire. So Shlomo tells them, did the Rebbe geschickt in Australia, du sollst schlafen. The Rebbe sent you to Australia, you should sleep. Was schlafst du? Was ist das eine Nacht? Lahavi. The Mesa Mishiach is Lahavi Aleilis. Reb Zusha partisan. I saw a vote. Reb Zusha had gesagt that always he said, everyone remembers him, we are soldiers. He was standing by the Fabrengen. Never ever did he sit down. He was standing always like a faithful soldier. And his whole avodah b'chalik, when he says, "Ich bin a soldat." So he said like this. He said that a soldier, he has to stay guard. Did you ever see a soldier goes to sleep, prepares his bed, his pajamas? He's on guard. He's on duty. How could a soldier go to sleep? So, ich bin a soldat. But a chassid geht nicht schlafen. No, boss. Now, from time to time, you could rest. You could rest an hour. Sometimes you could rest 8 hours. You could rest. Aber mir geht nicht schlafen. Lahavi lemeisa Mashiach is lahavi halayla. So that when it comes to a soldat, keinmal schlaft nicht. Man kann sich abruhen. You could rest, but you could never sleep. So, speaking a little bit about praktische inyanim. So I would like to speak something. Everyone speaks. We come from Pesach. Arba banim dibra Torah. It's 4 banim, and the Rebbe says, "What's it with the 5th son, the son that doesn't even come to the Seder? Erst afem, that fling the keiches, schlepp him rein and bring him to the table, and all the shluchim and tut was me ken and Baruch Hashem that slacha adira, unbelievable." How the Rebbe has touched millions of Yidden through his chassidim to his shluchim to bring them to Yiddishkeit, to bring them to the table. But I would like as a balabos, I'd like to be practical. I would like to talk a little bit about the first son, not the 5th son. I would like to talk about the first son, the Chacham. Everyone thinks the Chacham is a Chacham. He doesn't need no attention. Yeah, the Rosh Tam Sheni Dei Lishol. So I would like to say, today in our generation, we have the kinder, we have the young generation, which is like a Doir Chacham, but he has a challenge. He has a very big challenge. First of all, he feels outnumbered. He's one. Who the other one? The other one is a Rosha. The other one is a Talma, Sheni, the Elishel. The other guy doesn't. He's outnumbered. He feels I sit and I learn and I daven. What am I doing over here? So, this is what the Chacham feels. And sometimes he says, forget about it. Let me have a good time. So the Torah says, you have to know that not only the other 3 or 4 abonim, the Chacham is oicha ben, that the Torah, dibra Torah, that he needs to be taken care of, because he also has challenges. And you have to help him. He should stay a Chacham. It's very important. And I think that this is an issue that I would like to talk a little bit, that I think that it's very important when you say tut als, this has to be als also. The Alter, the Baal Shem Tov had gesagt, as a Havas Yisrael, Rabbi Yitzi spoke about Havas Yisrael, is Liba Mayid, the other end of the world, the other end of Australia. You never saw him and you never heard of him. You should love him the way you love it, the way you love yourself. The Rebbe gesagt, Havas Yisrael, Avad Mein Das, but you should also love a Yid that's right next door to you, and you see him every day, and he's your neighbor, and he's your friend. You also got to have a Havas Yisrael to have. So the Ben Chacham also needs a bit of attention. So it's no Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu, when he took out the Yidden from Mitzrayim, he said, "B'noreinu, b'skonenu, b'baneinu, b'neseinu." He said, "We're going all." The reason he was Moshe Rabbeinu, because when there was a shepseler that ran away or couldn't eat this type of grass, he knew exactly how to take care of each individual. The Eibishter said someone that knows to take care of every yochid, he's going to be the leader. And Moshe Rabbeinu, and therefore Moshe Rabbeinu was the leader to take care of every single yochid. So the Benareinu, Moshe Rabbeinu didn't just say because we all want to go out. It's because he cared and he loved every yid. So we're talking about Baruch Hashem. There's today hundreds and hundreds of bachrim and meidlach that they go to yeshivas, into school. All's good and fine, but there's a certain percentage that are challenged. They're having a little bit of a hard time, and we are here to help them. And I think that the type of people that could really have a tremendous influence on them are balabatim, achsidish balabatim. Because if you go to someone that, he finished yeshiva and a little bit wears off, and then you're going to tell him, he knows everything you're going to tell him he knows. He's not going to be influenced by his father, by his mother, by his Rosh Yeshiva, by his mashpia, by his friends. He looks in the big world and he says, I want to make money and I want to have fun. Listen to Amos. This is what they say. This is what they say. And we can't, it's not a stock market over here that you have 10 stocks, 8 are doing good and 9 and 2 are not, and you're averaging out, you're ahead of the game. Every yid is on the neshama. You can't let anything go. You can't let anything go. And I think that this is where the place of Chassidus Balabatim come into action, the tut als baser can, that they could have the hashpoah, because those people that are going, like Rabbi Jacobson said, they're not bad people. There is no bad people. They're challenged, and they think that maybe over there they will have more success. They're going to have more fun. And I think it's important to show them, no, that you could be a Chassidish younger man. You could have a beautiful family. You could be successful. You could be successful. You could do what the Rebbe wants. You could get up and learn Chassidus. You could learn Nigla, and you could have a good business, and you could have all against the hub. And believe it or not, it took me a few years, and I saw that the youth, the young generation, is looking up to that. They really looking up to that. And I'm saying, there's a lot of Hasidic younger light today. The Rebbe said in Yud Shvat, some of them got a shlichus begashmis, some begashmis or berufnis, but when you begashmis, wherever you are, you should know you could influence unsere eigene Kinder, the Ben Chacham. You have the kayach. And I'll give you just an example. I'm not saying, I'm sure many people, I like to have by my Shabbos table, we have a lot of guests. We have bachrim, there's girls, and Baruch Hashem, I could say that there's a lot of comments coming Chassidische bachrim, and a Shabbos table where you're able to make them feel comfortable and verbring with them, and not impose on them. Just show them that you could be, you can stand a Chassidische tish, and you could have a happy table, and you could have this really it helps people and changes people, and I have seen it.